Well, hey folks, Mike here from Just Car People Things. Today we're working on our 2006 Mazda Miata. One of the things we've noticed is the fog light bulbs aren't particularly bright, and one of them seems to kind of be dying. So I want to replace those. I did buy some new yellow fogs. These are available on the internets. They're golden yellow, 3000K, they're H11s. So that's what the part you're gonna need to buy. The great thing about LED is you don't have to be in a panic about, touching the bulbs or anything happening to them. But we just want to get these swapped out, and so I'm going to show you how to do that. It's actually a lot less painful than you'd even think. You'll need a screwdriver. You'll need the keys to turn the steering wheel, and please ignore these awful kind of coney wheels that I can't stand the appearance of. We're going to figure out how to clean those up and get them back to right. But you've got 4 of these Phillips screw fasteners, and just flip them and they pop right out, and you just sort of give them a 90-degree turn to the one direction or the other, and they'll release. Sometimes you need to put your thumb on them to keep the base in place. So we're going to do that right there. And then this guy down here, same story. And sometimes you might want a short screwdriver for this. This is one of those shorter screwdrivers. This one's not cooperating super nicely, but it will. Hopefully you can see this. I have this light next to me dialed up to about 12 million. Maybe I do want a longer screwdriver and see if I can't get a little more purchase on that. So let's take a crack at that. The process for this is identical on both the left and right sides. Let's try. I guess we'll go with this guy, see if this works. It's kind of an odd size, but I think that might work. I don't know where my good screwdriver is that's supposed to be sitting over there. Now this one's probably going to be too long. This is the story of my life. This is supposed to be like a 2-second job. Yeah, that's way too long. It's not going to work in there. So this might even be easier if you pull the wheel itself off. But basically the way this works is this panel lifts apart, this panel lifts away. You might even be able to get in there without taking that bottom off, really, arguably. But you can see the fog light assembly is right in there. Right there. It's got the green bulb on it. So all you have to do is reach in, grab the base of that brown connector, pull down, that pops the connector off, and then this just spins a quick, I think it's either clockwise or counterclockwise. I gotta see which way it spins. It spins counterclockwise to your left, so lefty-loosey, and there's your bulb. That's it. So the new one is going to go straight in, and I'll actually set my light in here, so hopefully you can see a little bit better. But the new one goes in, kind of orient it the same direction as the old one. See if you can't get it to kind of hook up, just like that. And then just spin 90 degrees to the other direction, and that's it. So that should be back together now. So one thing I like to do before I go too crazy, go to the other side of the car and start fighting with this on the other side of the car, is go ahead and turn your headlights on. Make sure that you didn't screw that up too badly. And you can see we now have a new freshly installed yellow fog light. That looks really good. It appears a little bit brighter than the other one, and I think that's going to be good to go. So we're just going to reverse the steering wheel, do the same thing on the other side, and that's the whole project. These were about 20 bucks for the bulbs, 25 bucks, and you could certainly go to different colors and do different things like that, but a very, very easy job. If I didn't fumble with the screwdriver there, it's a little different than the headlight bulbs. That's a little more complex of a project, but we'll shut this guy off. We'll get these fasteners back in. They just sort of work back in just like that, and you can actually use your thumb just to press them in, and they kind of rotate. But it's a pretty easy job, relatively speaking, and it goes right back together. And that's gonna give the car a little more character. I think one of these bulbs was on the way out, so those are probably original from the early 2000s, relatively. The other thing, you don't even need to start the car to turn the steering wheel. Nice thing about a Miata, things are very light. So with that, we'll get to the other side. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I really do hope you're all enjoying the Miata content here at Just Car People Things. Cheers, guys.